name is Seth Kudzordzi. I work with the Hydrological Services Department of the Ministry of Works and Housing. Our department is responsible for storm water management, for that matter, storm drainage system in the country, and also coastal works, sea defense works. We also do operational hydrology, which some call applied hydrology, whereby we monitor streams, water bodies across the country. We pick data on these water bodies for a lot of purposes. Managing to reduce flood disaster, we've been trying to put in place so many measures. The measures, some are structural, some are non-structural. The non-structural ones, as I mentioned, is in a way of informing communities, vulnerable communities, which will be affected by floods ahead of time by early warning system. Now we have some of the early warning system in place. We are even collaborating with our sister nations, Burkina Faso and Togo, on the white water. And so we have this system in place for these three nations where we are hosting the data here. So information is transferred to our office here. We have the data logger straight from, we receive information from Burkina Faso, even in our northern sector, and even in Togo. You know, we have contributions coming from Togo by way of Oti River, contributing to the Volta Lake. So when we receive this information, that is processed, and then we are able to also give information to NADMO regarding the water level in the white water, so that NADMO will be able to inform communities, vulnerable communities. And we all know that in Burkina Faso, they have the Bagri Dam, which they spill almost every year, and which has been affecting our northern sector, you know, farmlands and homes. And so in that way also, the operators of the Bagri Dam are able to give us information as to when they will spill and so on and so forth, so that NADMO is also informed, so that communities along the Volta are also informed, so that we all will be able to manage the system. Water, you know, collects in areas that we call retention ponds and retention ponds. And so once those places were not developed, those places were able to retain flows upstream, so that there will not be a surge in the water bodies or the rivers downstream, you know, flooding communities downstream. But now, because of development, those areas that we don't develop, those low-lying areas, some of the natural retention ponds and the retention ponds have gone because they have developed those places. Now, so when it rains, water rushes downstream without being retained anywhere. And that is causing the surge in the coastal. So you realize that drainage systems put in place some time ago, which were adequate, now they are no longer adequate because all the water has to flow down to the sea, unlike before where some of the flows were becoming upstream. So now this is the challenge that we have. That is why you and I know that the Odo section is no longer adequate to contain the flow. That's why we have this annual or perennial flooding within Accra. Measures like detention ponds, we have to now construct artificially, since the natural ones are gone, artificial detention ponds and retention ponds upstream, so that we'll be able to retain or detain some of the flows upstream, so that we can reduce the level of the water coming downstream, so that our systems downstream will be able to convey the flow to the outflows to the sea. So these are some of the things we are doing now together with the World Bank. We have a project called the GARI, which is underway. Very soon we're going to roll out. It has two major components as far as the drainage section is concerned. Under the drainage section, there is dredging of the Odo section from Caprice to the sea. That's within the Odo Basin. And that one is going to be done under what we call performance-based contracting. And we are going through the necessary procurement procedures, so that by early next year, we hope that that contract will be awarded, or even close to the end of the year will be awarded, so that contractor will start work by early next year. All this is aimed at, evacuating accumulated salt from the river channel, so that the channel will have its capacity to be able to convey the flows, thereby reducing disaster, flood disaster within communities along the channel. And so that contract will be awarded for 5 years, and then the contractor will work continuously for five years and renewable, depending on its assets. So that is one aspect of the structural measures we are putting in place. And the other one is, as I said, we are going to do some retention ponds, natural, artificial ones, upstream. We have identified about 8 areas, but we're going to start with 2 for now, so that we'll be able to retain some of the flows upstream. As I said, we need to do this so that we'll be able to reduce the volume of flow downstream to Accra, so that the channel will be able to contain it and convey the flow to the sea. So these are some of the measures we are putting in place. Yeah, disaster reduction should be approached on a holistic level. That is from the planning of our communities, development of communities, and then implementation of bylaws, sanitation laws, and collaboration of organizations in the management of disaster reduction. All these will have to come into play, because if we work together, that is when we can achieve success.